Good morning, students. I am Professor Nitin Karoulia from Saga Institute of Research and Technology Excellence, Bhopal. The topic that we are continuing today is planning. In the previous lecture, we have taken the meaning and concept of planning. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the importance of planning. So, starting with the importance of planning, the first is planning provides direction. This is the first and foremost basic thing that we get from planning is that by stating in advance how work is to be done, planning provides direction for action. If there was no planning, employees would be working in different directions and the organizations would not be able to achieve its goals efficiently. Planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. Planning is an activity which enables a manager to look ahead, anticipate change, consider the impact of change, and develop appropriate responses. Planning facilitates decision making. Under planning, targets are laid down. By targets, we refer that whatever has to be done, whatever goals are to be achieved in future, we refer them as targets. So the planning facilitates what targets are to be achieved, what goals are to be met. The manager has to evaluate each alternative and select the most viable option. Number 4, planning reduces wasteful activities. Planning serves as the basis of coordinating the activities and efforts of different departments and individuals, whereby useless and redundant activities are mentioned. Okay, then planning promotes innovative ideas. Planning is the first function of management, as we have already discussed. Managers get the opportunity to develop new ideas, and new ideas can take the shape of concrete plans. Planning establishes standards for controlling. When in the planning you have set X number of units are to be sold, or X units of production is to be done, or this much amount of revenue is to be generated. So this has provided a kind of a benchmark, a target which has to be achieved over defined timeline. Okay. Then when you have decided those targets or those standards, then planning provides the standards against which the actual performance can be measured and evaluated. See, you have set the goals in advance, then later on after the time period is completed or over the period of time or during in between half yearly or quarterly, whatever may be the process, you can evaluate your performances against the target or set goals that you have made during planning. So that is measured and evaluated. Control is blind without planning. Thus, planning provides the basis for control. Okay, so we see, to summarize, planning provides us direction. It tells us what direction we have to move on as per the objective or the purpose of the organization for which it exists. Okay, then planning helps in decision making. When you have several alternatives and you have to come up with one particular decision, which is most appropriate and most wise, and it reduces the risk, it removes the uncertainty, and planning sets the standards for controlling, because if there are no goals or targets set in advance in the planning phase, then you cannot control, you cannot measure or evaluate how the performance or achievements are going on. Okay, it reduces worthless activities because you know these activities are not going to help in the attainment of the objectives. And then finally, planning promotes innovative ideas and you find newer and newer ways of reaching to your goals. So that is all in today's class. We will continue this topic planning in the next class. Thank you, students.